Hi everyone, Machidiva here. Welcome to this video. I would like to give you an update on Vision and the development status of it, and kind of answer a bunch of questions that I've been getting recently from individuals and studios alike. It seems like all of them ask, all of you guys kind of ask the same stuff. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna address it in this video. So the questions I've been getting are like as follows. When is Vision going to be released? Can I get early access to it? And how much is it going to cost? So the release date, a short answer to it is there's going to be two release dates really, one for early access and one for the actually final version 1 of Vision with full documentation and so on. So the early access is going to happen probably the end of August, early September. The full version 1 is going to be released whenever Blender 4.3 is going to be released. So that's kind of like the shortest answer that I can give you at this time. Which leads me to the second question that I've been asked, which is, can I get my hands on some kind of alpha or beta of Vision, and can I give you feedback and so on? And the short answer is no, not at this point in time. There is no alpha or beta that I'm willingly sharing with anyone. There's a small team of people who do have access to Vision, and I would like to keep it that way for for now. But you will be able to get the early access sometime by the end of August, basically. And why is that? Simply because of me being kind of pragmatic. I'm on the roadmap. I know exactly what else has to be developed for Vision to be, to have it the way I always wanted it to be. And this extra feedback that I might get from studios at this point in time would be kind of more a distraction than really beneficial. So I want to avoid it because I don't have the bandwidth to deal with it right now. That feedback will be super important later on, but right now I have my hands, full, kind of developing stuff that still has to be developed. So at this point in time, yeah, there's no alpha that I can share with you guys. Sorry. Now the third question is, what's going to be the cost of Vision once it's going to be released? And I don't really have the answer to that question right now. All I can tell you is that I will do my best to make it as affordable as possible. The common sense leads me to thinking that there's probably going to be two versions, one for individuals and one for studios. For the individuals, that version, I want it to be as affordable as possible. Price point probably somewhere along whatever popular add-ons cost right now. For the studio, there's gonna be probably a different price point for that. It's gonna be more expensive, of course, and it's probably gonna have some extra features that would be useful to producers, for their pipelines on TV shows and so on, like shot tracking integration, shot tracking systems, creating, exporting individual files for production, for animation and whatnot, for Blender, maybe for Unreal, stuff like that. But I think the real most important part of Vision will be available to anyone in this individual version. And that's as far as I know at this point in time. Sorry, I don't know any more in terms of how much exactly it's gonna cost, but it's gonna be affordable. If you really would like to use it, you will be able to buy it, I promise. Now, next thing is the development status of Vision. So how far along am I with it? I want to say I'm probably at the 85% mark at this point. There's still stuff to be implemented. The biggest one is probably related to real-time editing. I just want to make sure that it's butter smooth. It works really well. There's still some pain points. Some things are not as intuitive as they could be, and it definitely can be more performant. So that's gonna be the main focus because this is what I really want for myself, and it has to just work really well in that section. So yeah, that has to be done. And the second thing is related to Grease Pencil 3, which is huge. And this release dates have everything to do with Grease Pencil 3 actually, because Vision is going to be dependent on that iteration of Grease Pencil. So as you know, for people who don't know, maybe I should explain it first. Grease Pencil 3 is the new version of Grease Pencil in Blender that will completely replace Grease Pencil 2 as we know it. It's gonna work in the same way, but the architecture underneath, like it's completely designed from scratch. It's redesigned. It's from like they basically rewrote the whole thing to make it more performant, faster, be much smaller in terms of like file sizes once you have Grease Pencils in your scenes and so on. So it's overall all across the board, it's just a huge improvement for all of us who want to use Grease Pencil. Now the problem with it is that it's gonna replace Grease Pencil 2 in version 4.3 of Blender. So as of now, you can only play with it in the experimental option, once you get like alpha of Blender 4.3. I think it might actually come out of experimental soon, so it's officially gonna be in Blender 4.3 alpha. And I think Grease Pencil 2 will be no more. So Grease Pencil 2 basically is a thing of the past, and a lot of features that I have in in Vision work with Grease Pencil 2. So of course, that means that I will need to rewrite some of my code to make sure that it's going to work with this new iteration of Grease Pencil. But, and this is the caveat here, this is the little pain point, which is I cannot do that unless there is API for Python available for developers. And as we speak, that the design of that API is being discussed at Blender Foundation, by the team who's developing it. So it's not available. It doesn't exist yet. So until it exists and it is released, I cannot really integrate, Grease Pencil 3 with Vision. So I'm kind of playing like a waiting game for all that stuff to be available to us developers. And until that happens, I cannot really do much about integrating Grease Pencil 3 with Vision. The timeline that I am aware of is that, again, Grease Pencil 3 is already being integrated with the alpha branch of Blender 4.3, so we can already play with the Grease Pencil as a tool, and that API, my hope is, will be released to developers sometime this summer. When exactly that's gonna happen, I don't really know. I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed for maybe end of July or something. That would give me August to actually integrate it with Vision, but we'll see how it goes. So that early access date might change depending on when all that stuff is going to be available to me. So yeah, we will see. Now, what's coming? Well, it's been a little unclear, like what new features will come with Vision. It's been kind of in the shadows. Like some people have seen what it can do already, but many people are just curious what's there for all of us artists. So I will start posting like little videos showcasing certain features, so you will start to see more of that kind of leading to the actual release date. So yeah, keep an eye for that. That's one of the things on my roadmap to make sure that all of that stuff will go to YouTube and people will be able to get a glimpse of what's coming. If you watch this video and you're on our newsletter but haven't checked out our Discord, I highly recommend you to do so, because we do have Discord server with few channels where you can basically interact with other people who are already Vision GP users or also like you interested in giving Vision a spin once it's released. So check it out. And that leads me to the last thing that I would like to talk about, which is the Vision GP. As you know, I had this add-on available on my Gumroad. It's not available anymore. The reason behind it is because I wanted to avoid a confusion. I didn't want people to get Vision GP thinking that they are buying actually a full Vision system. The naming is not helping here. Vision GP sounds like Vision. What's the difference, right? So I kind of dropped the ball in terms of like naming it. It goes all the way back, like when I was developing it, there was Vision GP, then there was another add-on called Vision Shots. In the end, I decided that I will integrate all of that stuff into one add-on that will be just called Vision. And to avoid that confusion, I just decided to not have anything available till Vision is going to be released. So there's going to be one add-on. It's going to be called Vision. It's going to have Vision GP in it. It's going to have Vision Shots in it. It's going to have everything that I have developed in it. So that's the reason why Vision GP is not available anymore. You know, it's only going to be like this for a few more months. And, you know, once Vision lands, you know, Vision GP is going to be kind of the thing of the past in terms of like being a standalone add-on. So for all the guys who already got Vision GP, you know, you can keep using it, but do know that, you know, it will be replaced with the full Vision system. And if you already bought Vision GP, I will make sure that you will get access to Vision without extra cost. So there's that as my thank you for all of you guys who supported me early on my developer's journey with Vision. And with all that being said, I think that's it. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.